You are looking live at Hamilton, Ontario for the first bracket game of the Quidditch Canada National Tournament. Our match today is between Queens and UOttawa. What was that?
Are you done with the coffee?
Yes.
I like listening to what you say. I learn a lot. Just saying.
You have such a soothing.
I really don't want to scare you, but
That's okay.
I'm learning.
I'm being made fun of here. So I am David, your American announcer here in Canada, and we have begun. Queens right off the bat, no beaters to deal with, gets through, but it is waved off due to being beat before he released the quaffle. So still scoreless here right off the bat. UOttawa now with the quaffle, and do they have bludger control? The question I ask, the answer is no. Queens has 2 of the 3 bludgers, and as such, they will be able to really take the pace of game as they need it. I don't know about you guys, but it's looking a little bit fuzzy on my end. I'm going to try to clear it up a bit.
Good defense, Thomas, good defense.
We'll see if that does anything. Alrighty. Slow move up here from UOttawa. Deep pass.
Body.
Good coverage there on defense, but is still able to get it through. 28, the pass across the center. He scores, and they say he got it through before he was beat. Number 2 with the goal, and it is 10-0 UOttawa early here in Hamilton. Keeper here for Queens, slowly bringing it forward. See, they have some sort of a play. They've got 2 chasers out to the left, one of them trying to go deep. One chaser slowly pushing her way back to the hoop level. So far, nobody's open, though. Good defense by UOttawa. Finds number 19, who's open. He can't handle the pass. Backs up. Seeing if he can reset here. Gets it back to the keeper. Keeper number 88 driving in. Look at all that momentum, and a good block there by the keeper number 2. Forces the ball out. Ball is still loose behind the hoops, and it is turtled on by number 2, the keeper. He has immunity, and as such, they will be able to move on. So, sorry, adjusting the camera level here. UOttawa coming forward, still up 10-0 here early in the game. Back to number 30, the keeper. Number 30 coming wide. They have no chasers deep right now, and the beaters for Queens are taking away any sort of chance they have to get to somebody open. Our ref has claimed a turnover here.
Not rock it in, you must pass. You have 5 seconds and I will count. Oh, my apology. Wrong apology. I was confused. This is not the boundary, that's the boundary. I hate this.
So a bit of confusion here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a chalk line just outside a very bright white line, which is very easy to confuse from one another. So the head ref saw that he went beyond the hard white line you see at the bottom of your screen, but just a little off screen there is a white chalk line, which is the actual boundary. You cannot walk the ball outside of the boundary, and that would have been a turnover. However, it was ruled that he did not go out. As such, it is not a turnover, and UOttawa keeps the quaffle. 27, deep pass, just a little bit over the head of 74. Ball gets kicked out of bounds, but they say it went off of blue. Red brings it in, number 27. Going back, waiting to see if somebody can get open. We got number 4 down by the hoop, seeing if she can get available for a pass. Good pass to 74. 74 moving it down. Gets it back to the keeper, right in the slot. The shot, no! Just denied at the hoop level.
Whoa.
And we have a stoppage in play.
My favorite thing is he stretches the leg out.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
I know, it's crazy. Early, they had 25 people.
We're at injury time of the year. No, my knee, plus I got game against
Yellow card for dangerous play. Chaser looks like he kicked a ball. I'm guessing the quaffle, seeing as he is a chaser, while another opponent had a hand down near the ball. As such, that is a dangerous play that can result in injury. So he'll get a yellow card, which will be a 1-minute penalty. What is our game time?
Game time?
What, 3:09?
3:09.
We are 3:09, still pretty early into this game here with UOttawa still holding just a 10-0 lead. Now on the penalty kill, we'll see if Queens can do something to tie it up. For those of you who like the beaters and bludgers of Quidditch, currently bludger control is held by UOttawa, which means they have 2 out of the 3, so they will be able to defend pretty well on this fight or on this extra man or the man disadvantage that they have. Keeper dove through the back line and scores. We are tied at 10. It's a good goal. So once again, we are currently at 10-10. UOttawa coming forward.
No, they all have Q.
There we go.
How you win when they change it?
Ref is asking for a time update. 4:06, just past the 4-minute mark here. Number 69 slowly advancing it. A good front put on there by Queens, but unfortunately it allows the person to get open on the far side. Keeper number 97 still fighting through it, and eventually we'll get the quaffle. Moving forward now, we'll see if they can reset. Queens is still looking to see if they can get control of that second bludger. Once again, we've seen a lot of slower play here this weekend. So not a lot of high-paced action with these teams trying to save themselves as they get deeper into this bracket round. Good move there. What a block there by the keeper, so he's not beat. He blocks the second one, trying to get through, but the ball is stripped. 77 is beat, but number 18 picks it up. He's still got a chance. There's no bludgers back there, but a great play by the keeper to stall, and it'll be picked up by UOttawa. Slowing the game back down. A successful defensive possession, and now they'll get a good line change.
Very good.
18 here will be moving forward. Remember, if they cross that midline, which they just did, that little chalk line in the turf, they can only go back beyond it once. Otherwise, it is a delay of game penalty, and it forces a turnover. Number 2. On the setup here. 77 initiated contact from behind on 2. Even though there was a spin originally, he continued to fight off of that. As such, he had to go back to hoops. Number 2, just continuing the slow play, pushing it back. She does step over the midline, so they can't do that again. Number 2, trying to back his way into it. Does get around one person. The throw over. UOttawa moving around. 18, he's got a shot and scores. Bar down with the shot, and they lead 20-10. For those of you who hear all the cheering, don't forget that there is another live stream going on right now for Quidditch Canada. So you can watch 2 games side by side for the rest of today if you so choose. Keeper here for Queens, slowly moving it forward. Deep pass into the slot, and no! We have a stoppage in play as it looks like it hit right off the bottom bar and bounced out. We'll see what the ruling on this one is. There's a yellow card coming out. We're going to wait for the official word on what happened. It looks like number 18 on UOttawa is the offending player. Maybe not. So number 18 is the offending player. They are deciding whether or not that the ball went in, which would mean that his penalty time would already be served or not. So notice what's happening. The Queens player literally has control of the quaffle right next to the hoop. He has to try to get there. 1 second. A helpless receiver call, which is a yellow card here in Canada. So now Queens will set up with the quaffle right next to the hoop. He has to get it off before the bludger hits him, otherwise the goal will not count. His hand has to be off of it, and he does. So it is a goal. Number 18 is back out of the box, and Queens has tied it back up at 2. UOttawa with another line change here. Hey guys, please change the score.
Yeah, we're playing.
27 slowly walking forward. He's got 2 chasers trying to go behind the hoops. Ends up rushing it himself. Tries to find one of the ones behind it and unfortunately can't get through. It hits the post. Number 17 is able to fall on it and Queens will reset.
Like Queens didn't score.
Queens is still with only one of the 3 bludgers. Trying to fight back is hard in such a defensive game so far when you're down a bludger the entire time. 36 moving forward. They've got 1 chaser flanking left behind the hoops, but is defended very well by number 23 for UOttawa. She is all over him like peanut butter on jelly. Deep pass to the other open receiver, number 17, unfortunately goes through her hands. A little bit too much hot sauce on that one, and UOttawa will recover.
I just forgot my headphones over my ears.
Once again, number 69 bringing up the quaffle slowly but surely. Yeah, number 68 going behind the hoops. He is marked, however, trying to find a bit of open space. Number 21 does get an opening, but unfortunately she is beat. And that'll be a turnover. Queens looking to see if they can get something on the fast breaks, but there is a bludger back here that will slow them up.
They have enough to sub.
Number 36 moving forward, wanted to get a bit of pace on it. Unfortunately, number 69 is keeping him from doing that. 77 taking over the midline. Back to 36. Can he find number 18 behind the hoops or will he go back to the front? He will go to the front. 77. There's not a bludger available, so he's going to take it himself. Gets through, tries to get the pass on 36. The shot, he scores! 30-20, Queens takes the lead. What's our time, boys? 10-14? 9-14. So 9-14, about halfway until we get the Seekers released on the pitch. Once again, number 69 bringing it forward. Passes it off to the keeper, number 2. Number 2 is contacted and driven out of bounds. What's the call here? I know for some of you it's very interesting to watch how the refs work, but I don't think that they personally like their whole lives being looked at, so we're going to give them a little bit of privacy.
It's just if you was turned before you initiate contact.
Yeah, no, it's like you're standing there and then they abuse and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
You like run out to them and they're like,
and you're like, ah, you're still going down. Your fault. That's why I love it when they do that, because I'm like, you're going down even.
well, when they do that, I'll just say, okay, let's strip the ball.
Ah.
Because if they
Right,
turn,
so
here's the goal.
it's right here.
Pushing from behind. Physical contact, number 77.
So that is a yellow card, and the entire Queens team did get a warning about contact from behind. So it'll be something interesting to watch as the rest of this game goes forward. If the ref is going to be a lot more strict on that, how does Queens change their gameplay to be able to account for this? Passes it into number 69, back to number 2. They've got 1 chaser deep in the zone behind the hoops. Then they've got a number 28 in the slot. Number 2 is going to take it himself back to 69, trying to drive through it. He will. The score on the power play. Queens is back. Off through, bud. Thank you. Queens is back at full strength. And we are tied again, 30-30. Did we count the score on the board, boys? We are at the 10-minute mark here in our first round of bracket play. Back, 77-36, off the post, and it denies. It has to go all the way through the hoop. It can't just hit it and bounce out like it did, even if it spins the hoop around. Pass across the front, well defended. He picks up the rebound, and it's another save. Number 1 picks it up. And we have a stoppage in play.
My favorite thing about Austin is every time he explains it for 2 minutes as to why they did it wrong, it's like, all you need to be like, it's penalty. Get out.
For those of you just joining us, we are currently at a 30-30 game here, a bit past the 10.5-minute mark in Hamilton. This is our first bracket round match between Queens, who's in navy with the red and yellow trim, and UOttawa in maroon with white trim. Here's the call from our head referee.
Contact, dangerous slide.
Dangerous slide. So you'll notice that he did put on the white headband even though he was a keeper before. You cannot have your keeper in the box, so if your keeper gets a foul, then he has to switch headbands so that one of your chasers becomes a keeper for the time being. So now Queens with the man advantage. They've got number 77, passes it all the way up. He had number 48, decided not to pass to her, but it works out in the end. They score. So UOttawa, you're back in. Off broom! Off broom! Thank you.
We're just making calls.
So as you've heard me yell a few times now, once you get a penalty, if the other team scores or when your penalty time is over, you do have to return back to the pitch off broom and touch your hoops. Can't do anything like in hockey where you come off or come out of the penalty box and then score a cheeky little goal. Back to number 30. 30 was beat, so it's going to be picked up on the fast break. They just advance it a little bit so number 36 can get it in the offensive zone. He's got 18 and 48 on the other side of the hoops. The pass doesn't get there. The beat missed it. It's a save by number 30. Number 9 picks it up. Has to be careful of that contact from behind, but it was well done and safely so. So number 30 will grab it and be able to advance for UOttawa.
Hands places where they shouldn't be.
Sorry, folks, this tripod is all things interesting. So, we're going to keep this moving. UOttawa has the qual for being advanced by number 4. She's got a few options right now. We can see UOttawa is trying to get back bludger control, so they've got a beater deep who's trying to free up the chaser, which he did, but unfortunately it was a great save by the keeper on number 74. Now the 74 is beat. We have a turnover down there and a whistle. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. It looks like 74 did keep playing a little bit beyond when he was originally beat. So we'll see if this will be a foul or a warning or what we will have.
Suck so much for us because they have a full roster. We have 13.
Yeah.
So we want to go into
Badass as hell.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Just take on 2 at once. Just grab one.
Never. Yeah. It's just the.
Just start.
Looks like because of that playing on after he was beat and told that he was beat, it's just going to be a simple turnover and he has to go back to hoops. Number 97 slowly bringing it forward, waiting for his team to be able to fully reconvene, which we lost the broom there. So just like if you are beat, if you fall off of your broom, you have to remount. 97 has the ball taken away thanks to a good beat there. Number 27 trying to find his way through, but a good solid defense forcing him to the outside. 74 going down below trying to give him a passing outlet. He also has his keeper number 90 in the slot trying to avoid where the beaters are. We can see number 8 is trying to keep him off, but a great beat there by UOttawa keeps her away from the play. And eventually that will free up number 74 to score. Quickly taken the other way by number 97. He's trying to go through 2 beaters and unfortunately will be taken down by a chaser and beat from there. Another stoppage in play here. So in Quidditch, as long as your keeper grabs that ball as soon as it goes through the hoops, they can start advancing it right away. It was a smart play there as he thought he had a lane, but unfortunately the UOttawa defense closed quickly.
Everyone was just like.
So we have a warning for low tackle. Meanwhile, our score here is 40-40. UOttawa and Queens tied. What's our time?
Thank you.
We're at 12:35, so we're getting close to having the snitch released. Do not forget that in Quidditch, the snitch is worth 30 points, so keeping this game within a score of 30 points is going to be very interesting as both seekers will be trying to catch to win and move on in this winning bracket. Number 30 slowly moving up. He's got number 1 there in the slot. Quickly pressured. Gets it off to number 18. 18 makes a solid move. Tries to find his chaser behind the hoops, but it was a great defensive play there. Now, the keeper does not have control of the ball, so as such, they're all fighting for it. The beater will come in and clear out the UOttawa chaser, and so they can get control of the quaffle and move back forward.
Aren't you on my team?
I don't care.
Queens once again slowly moving forward. They have one chaser that's going out wide both directions. Solid beat there. No, he doesn't end up connecting. So it's number 97 fighting for it against 2 UOttawa chasers, or looks like 1 keeper and 1 chaser. Currently, they're in a gridlock. And we have a stoppage. So, for those of you just joining, once again, we are currently at a 40-40 game here between Queens and UOttawa. We are a bit past the 13-minute mark, so this game is starting to get a little bit longer as the camera almost tips over. I promise you, if it happens, it's not intentional and it's nothing personal. I'm just not good at videographing. There's a reason I'm a physics teacher. So, Queens has has their keeper come off on a penalty. Let's hear what the card is.
Yellow card. Make contact. Number 97. Queens.
So you can tackle in Quidditch. It is a full contact sport. However, you cannot contact up around the neck, and that's what he got a card for. That'll be a 1-minute yellow card penalty, so he will either be released after a minute of play or if UOttawa can score to break this tie. Number 1 slowly moving it forward. They've got number 68 trying to go deep on the side, seeing if they can take advantage of this man advantage, especially since it's the keeper who is out. He's been one of their strongest defenders with his long reach and physical play. Pass deep to number 68. Unfortunately, goes a bit awry. It's picked up by number 42. It goes out of bounds. Who is the call? They say it is... Ooh, looks like we're having a bit of talk. So was it off of UOttawa or off of Queens?
The snitch out here yet?
They say it went off of UOttawa, so it'll be Queens ball back inbounding.
Yeah, kind of like. Unless you should have just upset them. Just win.
Just win the game.
Just win the game. It's easy. So all you have to do is put the hoop through the ball more times than they do.
The hoop through the ball?
I didn't stutter. I did not stutter.
Alrighty, so number 88 slowly moving forward.
Give me the ball.
He's back out of the box, or the keeper's back out of the box. You can see him there wearing a chaser headband number 97. So they've got number 97 and 88, 2 of their top offensive performers so far this weekend.
Imagine.
They both have speed as well as the physicality needed to be able to drive the hole. Number 90, though, pushing him to the outside. What a stop there by number 1. Ends up getting a hand on it, and therefore it'll be a good turnover for UOttawa. Their defense has been solid. Honestly, the defense for both these teams have been solid. Pass over there, number 69. 69 once again slowly taking it forward. Number 27 going off far to the left-hand side. There is a beater out there who he has to be careful about. 15-20. We are about to call our seekers here to our scorers table. Meanwhile, UOttawa, keeper. Ooh, looks like it's going to be the same sort of thing. He turned, and therefore that contact was made at the back.
Put your hands up like you just don't care. Everybody dance.
Number 2 tries to pass it across. Good defense there blocking the pass. But now we have a call. Will this be for that back contact that we've heard multiple times be talked about before? Remember, if the player turns into a contact when the push was already starting to be initiated, there's no foul. However, if the player had clearly turned and then contact is made, there will be a foul called for dangerous play, contact from behind. So right now, this ref team is trying to decide whether or not it was an intentional turn at the last second where he couldn't respond, or if it was a contact straight from behind.
88's back in now, but look at his height. No, look at his height. It's literally like taped up the entire way, and he has like an ice pack attached to it. 88, the keeper. The one on the
I hope all of you at home are having a wonderful Sunday. I know it's a little bit chilly here. Thankfully, the temperature is about 41 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius, unfortunately. So for you Canadians out there who are probably mostly Canadians watching this, it's a solid, I'm assuming, 6 degrees right now.
No, you don't bounce.
You can correct me in the comments, as once again, I am just a filthy American. So here we go. Looks like he's being issued a blue card. So a blue card is like a yellow card where it is a 1-minute penalty. However, these do not stack into red cards like yellow cards will.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll just do this. Condense you.
Condense. Okay, this is how we make her dense.
No, that's how you make her taller.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it looks like he was issued a yellow card. This will be interesting because if that is his second yellow, then it will be a red. Let's hear what the call is, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep the head straight.
Wait, let's see.
I'm excited to see what this
Nope,
was.
still uncomfortable.
Still a good height.
Yeah.
And it looks like he is currently talking to the Queen's bench, trying to clarify what exactly his call is. I know I would love him to clarify on our end too, but beggars can't be choosers. I guess I will have to wait.
Wait, what was the card for?
I had one in my hand and I kicked the other to my
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so the blue card was for having a bludger in hand and kicking it at the same time. You're only allowed to possess one bludger at a time. Here we go,
Or you
folks.
could like pass it to them and then pick it
Number
up.
9, interacting with 2 bludgers. Blue card. Number 97, yellow card. Physical contact, push from behind. Is the second yellow card, which is a red card. Please exit the player area. Please designate one person to go to the box. Not you.
For those of you who couldn't see, there was a player who really isn't a player. He's just kind of standing around there with a blanket around him. So that would be why it's not him. They need an actual player. So once again, 2 yellows makes a red, just like in soccer.
Nobody, they're rip-off fans.
Not going anywhere.
He's just.
2 yellows will make a red card, which is a 2-minute penalty they have to stay in the box for, where you don't get to come out if the other team scores. So Queens will be 2 players down now for 1 minute. What was that? Right over there, right in front, bud. So it'll be 2 players down for 1 minute, or if UOttawa scores, then 1 player will get to come out, and then they will be 2 players down for the entirety of, or there'll be 1 player down at least for the rest of that time for the next 2 minutes. What is our game time, boys? 15:43. Please make sure to call the Seekers at 16 minutes. Thank you, you're awesome. So 15:43, we are about to get the snitch on the pitch, and we still have a tie game. Speaking of things that almost aren't about to be tied, number 27 gets the ball deep behind the hoops, has a lot of room now without all these players, and scores! 50-40, UOttawa has the lead. Queens is back to only down 1 player. Seekers have just been called, which means we are at the 16-minute marks, ladies and gentlemen. After next minute, we're going to have our snitch released onto the pitch, and at 18 minutes of time, so 2 minutes from now, we will have our Seekers out on the pitch.
The Seekers are nice. The beaters are really nice to each other, but chasers just hate each other.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Like, I've never met a beater player who, like, doesn't like each other, but there's just, like, so many chasers.
Deep run there. Once again, 88 trying to find the open man. He will, and he scores! Off the bottom of the tall post and through. 10 more points for Queens. We are tied at 50. There's our snitch, ladies and gentlemen. He is running out onto the field, thankfully not hitting anyone on his way. Snitches are silly. So number 69 slowly moving it up, trying to see if maybe they can go on a run here and try to get this out of snitch range. Number 73 is Beater's trying to clear a path for him. Wonderful block there by number 11 for Queens, although he just pushes his way through and scores. 60-50. Meanwhile, we got some awesome beater play happening right here in the center, as Queens will still retain bludger control as we get into the time when we have our Seekers out. And we have a stoppage in play. One of our ARs has signaled that there is some sort of penalty. If you ever see one of our beautiful people in the pennies raising one of their hands and pointing to a direction, that means they have seen a foul that they are trying to alert the head ref of. Our officiating crew today is from the Storm Crows from British Columbia. Our snitch is from UBC. And our scorekeepers, as well as goal refs, are from McGill University. So thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers who spend their time here, not only playing the sport that they love, but also helping to make it run smoothly. Reed in as keeper, number 30, moving the quaffle forward. She's got 73 over on the side and 17 on the forehead. Although her path is getting laid through and she hits it off the post. It was a great shot there, and it looks like we have a foul coming up. You can't go from behind when somebody's turtling on the ball like that. That will be a foul. What's our game time? 17:45. All right. We are 15 seconds away from having our seekers released.
Someone turtles.
You can still reach for the ball, but you can't go on top of them. You can't be reaching around the neck to try to pull anything.
How you're gonna say
It's a real gray area because
Good to know. Good to know. We'll remember that.
It's like a solid.
No, the tricky thing is when somebody's they're down, if they try to turn on it, then it becomes a real big.
From behind on the neck. Right that one.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the face of somebody who broke a rule in 3 different ways.
I made the purpose.
There's a list of things not to do, and she said, yes, I would like all of them. Alrighty. So we have a turf burn. So she's going to be getting helped out here while her team is on the penalty kill. We are still now, once again, less than 15 seconds from having our seekers on the pitch here in a game that is, 60-50. UOttawa has the lead. Number 30 trying to move it forward, but meeting stiff resistance from the chasers here on Queens. There's a back to hoops here for number 73, and the seekers are released. Number 74 is quickly beat, but number 36 is trying to get to the snitch. We're going to follow them now. Number 36, once again, pushing hard forward. We can see this quaffle play right here in our foreground. I will keep you guys updated on what's happening with that. But right now, our focus is on the snitch. A pull here for either team will win it. UOttawa just missed a glorious scoring chance. Pass went right by the chaser. Who goes out of bounds, which is a turnover. As such, the play is stopped.
It's just blood, don't worry.
She's played rugby.
I've never played a contact sport in my life.
Really?
That's fine, you're fine. It's just blood.
I'm impressed.
How much time does she have on the penalty?
12 seconds.
Almost done.
That's right. Our 3-time rule breaker for only 1 foul has 12 seconds left before Queens is back on even strength.
That was such an Austin classic, though. There's 8 things that kind of went a little bit wrong. So I'm going to call one penalty and just
Lump it all together.
Give you 3 yellows in the same play.
Yeah.
so you get
All right, so Queens will have the quaffle back in their own zone. Meanwhile, as we're looking at it, UOttawa seeker is all the way back at his own hoops. We can see there in the distance, Queens and UOttawa currently have a beater right near the seeker. So they're going to be dueling it out as the seeker for Queens tries to get this grab. Going behind, ooh. UOttawa almost had a straight pull at it. Good job there by the snitch to notice what's happening. 36, the seeker, trying to pull, continuing to push forward. Deep lunge, and he got it. This will be up for review, folks.
I was zooming the whole time.
Ooh, our videographer here is really proud of herself. Let's see if it's even needed. Get the review ready. So, go ahead and pause it.
And what do I do?
Press the other button.
I was able to zoom. That's all. You're just like, oh, wait a second.
Where are my other Okay, I guess
It might be a touch screen.
oh my God, you're right.
I think it's Sarah.
Yeah, for sure. I can help with this if you need.
Okay, it's going to be right at the very, very end. So I will, you know how to do this better than I do. So here in the bracket round, we are going to have all of our snitch catches reviewed by video. So our videographer was needed. Hopefully she zoomed